Hello there and welcome to our show today, and thank you so much for tuning in. I'm so excited you're here. My name is Brad Bizjack and I'm so excited to have you on with me today. Today I'll be talking about 3 steps you can take right now to get out of that quarter or mid-life crisis, to escape your version of mediocrity, whatever that is, and to create a life on your terms, a life that you don't need to escape from, a life that fulfills you every single day. And you probably have this grand vision for success, right? And I'm curious, what does it mean to you? Is it freedom to travel the world? Is it a great bank account? What is that thing for you that really makes you sit there and go, you know what, I want that out of life? Is it discovering the reason why you're here, a marriage full of love and passion, knowing your purpose, whatever the reason is? There are 3 things that you can do that most people don't do to get you there so much faster. So let's get right into that. Step number 1, write this down in your notes, evaluate your life and eliminate toxic habits. What does this mean? 98% of the world goes through life on autopilot. They're blind to the influences around them in their life. And if this is you, then instead of wondering what you might be doing to cause your life to stall, you're probably just looking at your life wondering why it's not where you want it to be, why it is stalled. And if this is you, that's okay because it's figure outable. It just means that you haven't taken 100% responsibility for your life yet. It just means that you're hoping it gets better instead of knowing that it's on you to make it better. Does that make sense? So what are some of those habits that you can eliminate that might be stopping you in your tracks? And take an honest look at this and see if you're doing it. Well, for starters, chances are that you need an environment upgrade. What do I mean by that? Well, the people in your life are a habit. And they're either sucking you dry and draining your energy, or they're lifting you up, they're challenging you, they're encouraging you, they're helping you. So write this down. There is no better life hack in the world than selecting your peer group intelligently. See, it feels good to complain to your friends about work, right? It feels good in the moment, but that doesn't solve your problem. It just means that you're uncomfortable about doing something about your problem, so you'd rather gossip. And think about this. Am I more likely to succeed if the 5 people closest to me live an average, very mundane life? If their life consists of fear, not following their passion, telling me to stay safe, and complaining about their circumstances that they don't like, is that conducive to a life on my own terms? Or would I be more likely to succeed if the 5 people closest to me are crushing life, challenging me, encouraging me not to stay safe, but rather to go after my dreams and take risks? See, here's one thing that I absolutely know without a doubt. If the people you surround yourself with have already achieved what you once thought was impossible, it's really freaking hard to stay in the same place. So check your environment. What do you need to change? Where do you need to upgrade that peer group? Another habit that you have that you can eliminate and possibly could be contributing to why you're in the place you are is your energy level. Your energy is actually a habit. It's not based on other factors. Sure, like food and sleep, they play a minor role, but the majority of it is habitual. Think about it. You already know the recipe for low energy. Does a person with low energy have their chest up, or is their chest down? Are they slouched? Is their voice really loud, or are they quiet? Are they breathing really fast, or are they breathing really slow, really shallow? See, you already know how to create crappy energy. And if you ask me, low energy sounds a hell of a lot like those depressed states that keep you on the couch instead of chasing your dreams, right? So think about what you do after you get home from work. Do you slouch on the couch and watch the next episode of your favorite show? Do you stop moving your body? Do you slow your breathing? You just answered the question about why your energy is too low to build your dreams. So that's another habit that you have to look at. And another habit that you can look at is your routines, right? What's the first thing you do every day? Probably check your phone, right? You lay there in your bed, you check your phone, you probably scroll Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or your email, right? Well, when you do that, you're starting your day in reaction to the world around you, in reaction to other people's needs, other people's wants, other people's desires, not your own. There's a reason they say on an airplane to put your oxygen mask on first, right? There's a reason for that. You need to take care of yourself first if you're going to help other people. If the first thing you read is packed with all of the shit that you need to get done, how is your day gonna go? You'll be stressed, you'll be anxious, you'll be overwhelmed, right? And is that conducive to building a great life? Absolutely not. So you need a routine, a morning routine that focuses on you first. In fact, I challenge you not to check your phone for the first 60 minutes of every single day. Trust me, your life will explode, so try it. Try not checking your phone for the first 60 minutes of every single day. Your life will explode. Those are just some of the habits that you'll need to change to create a life on your terms. But for now, think about that. Where are you in each of those categories? And let's move on to the second step you can take, and that's to go into creation mode. So what do I mean by creation mode? Massive action on your dreams. That's what creation mode is, massive action. And it's time to go all out for what you want. But if you're in a situation where you just feel kind of stuck, you're probably wondering how the hell to figure out what you want, right? That's where you need to take a step back, to listen to your intuition. So you already know what you want. Deep down you already do. You've just listened to the fear stopping you so many times that you started to believe that your dream isn't possible. Right now, off the top of your head, what does your gut tell you that would just be freaking amazing to do, or to be, or to share, or to give, right? Lean into that intuition. Sometimes just leaning into the voices in your mind that are telling you something will be really good for you will lead you to what you're meant to do. So lean into that intuition, because your intuition, most of the time, it's right. So before you can act, though, you need clarity. If you don't know exactly what you want, it's like never setting a target and wondering why you aren't hitting a bullseye. Have you ever felt that way? Chances are you want more money, right? Well, if you focus on wanting more money, then if you find a penny on the street, you'll hit your goal, right? But you didn't mean a penny. You meant $68,000 to get out of debt before your second wedding anniversary. The universe always listens to what you ask it. And I just encourage you to ask it something intelligently instead of very broadly. And when you ask and you start going after it, guess what's going to happen? Fear and doubt and procrastination, insecurities, all these things are going to start to bubble up. They're going to hit you like a ton of bricks. That fear is very, very real. It's just misplaced, because fear stems from the primal need to survive. At any moment in time, your brain is simply trying to escape pain. That's what fear is. It's your brain trying to escape pain, so it's doing its job. Fear's not a bad thing. It's just trying to survive. Fear is a survival mechanism trying to help you. But your fears aren't as big as you make them seem. If you take a loan out to start a bakery, right, and your business fails, will you die? No. If you break up with your boyfriend and have that difficult conversation because you know it's the right thing to do, will you die? No, right? Think about procrastination. All it means is that you think taking action is more painful than doing nothing, and you'll experience way less pain by doing nothing. That's it. That's procrastination. So to beat it, give yourself some perspective. One question can change everything for you. And that question is, what emotional pain will I experience 2 years from now if I don't take action every single day starting right now? Chances are that pain is a hell of a lot worse than the tiny little discomfort that you feel from taking action. So step 2 is to get your ass to work with crystal clarity on what you want. But there's one more thing that you can do. Step 3 to create your dream life so much faster. Step 3 is called close the gap. It's about your mindset on how you live now. If you're doing everything you possibly can to create your dreams and nothing is happening, it's because you have inner conflict. There's something getting in the way. There's a limiting belief stopping you. If you, an example, if you want to lose 30 pounds by your wedding and you have a belief that getting healthy is really difficult to do, what's going to happen? You'll find a way to make that story come true, won't you? You won't see the vegetables in the fridge. You'll see the Nutella sitting on the shelf. Even if you feel horrible and no energy and just terrible, you'll find a way to make that belief become a reality. How many times have you done that in the past? And in reality, how hard is it to get healthy? It is not hard. It's not hard to get healthy. It's very simple. In fact, all you got to do is eat clean, exercise, and get enough sleep. That is it. How many gyms or personal training studios are there within walking distance from your house right now? Maybe not if you live in the country, but you can still find stuff online, right? It's so easy to get healthy. You can find the information everywhere. It's not that it's hard, it's that you have a limiting belief saying that it's hard. And the simplest way to get rid of that belief is to tell yourself the truth. When you say to yourself, it's so hard to get healthy, all you gotta ask is that really true? Because the answer is no. And that is the very first step to beating that belief. But secondly, on top of that, to close the gap, you need to develop a mindset of genuine gratitude for all the shit in your life, all the things that are not something that you find ideal. Think about this. Who is more likely to solve a problem? The guy that started a restaurant franchise and says to him, and the restaurant franchise starts failing, and he says to himself, this isn't fair, life's terrible, why does this always happen to me? I guess I'm just not cut out for this. Or the guy that fails at starting a franchise and he says to himself, this is a really cool learning experience. What can I learn to help me succeed next time? The grateful guy that is grateful he went through that experience will always win. When you're grateful, the biggest challenges that used to stop you in your tracks become nothing, and you have a clear mind to go after what you really want. So start to develop a daily gratitude practice. If you really want to escape your version of mediocrity, your version of not the best ideal life, it's incredibly important that you do. And finally, just have some perspective. Like, let's get real for a second. You could die today. I know that sounds morbid, but you could. You could die today. Your life could literally end today. And in those last final seconds, do you really want to be asking if you could have been more? Do you really want to experience a life dictated by fear? Or do you really want to go for it? Do you really want to live your best life possible? Because when you do, when you really go for it, you could still die today. And death wouldn't take anything from you because you already lived. You already played all out. Because when you do that, death doesn't take anything from you. So when you do those 3 steps that we talked about today, you evaluate your life and you eliminate toxic habits. You go after your dreams harder and faster than ever before, and you close the gap with an amazing mindset along the way. Not only are you going to escape your version of mediocrity or your version of your quarter-life crisis and create a life on your terms, but you'll do something much, much cooler. You'll learn how to live with a genuine smile on your face. You'll learn how to be genuinely happy. And that is the recipe for a damn good life. That's the recipe for waking up at 85 years old, looking back at your life and being damn proud of who you are. So I hope you find this content valuable. And if you did, my only question for you and my only request of you is to please share this with someone that you think needs to hear it. This could really change someone's life. So spread the word with someone that you know could benefit. So I challenge you to make today amazing, to go live today with a genuine smile on your face, and just to make today incredible. Thank you so much for your attention, for tuning in, and for your time, and I will see you next time.